lost 6 fights in a row. 6 fights. And this is how. But I'm not teaching you how to lose 6 fights. You don't want to lose 6 fights, but this is my 6 fights that I lost in a row. Let's go. My amateur career actually started quite well, to be honest. I had my first fight at the Irish Centre in Tottenham, which has been closed down now. I was boxing a good kid who was probably a lot better technically than me at the time. We had loads of support, which is why it weren't in my gym. You had the Irish Centre. Loads of people came down to watch. They'd been watching my dad box before me, so he must have said, "Oh, his first fight, come down and watch." It was great to have all that support. Boxed a good kid. Boxed decently well for what I was, and came away with the win. Won a split decision with 1 fight, 1 win, 1-0. Fast forward to, I don't know, 16 hours later, the following day, I'm fighting again. And to be honest, I didn't want to fight. I remember sitting on the stairs like before we left to goes the way, and I was sitting there all sad. Like, oh, I just couldn't be bothered. And my mum was like, "You don't have to fight." I was like, "Yeah, I do," because I didn't want to pull out. But I really just didn't want to fight. Got there, boxed anyway. Couldn't believe how good that kid was, and I didn't even know at the time. I just didn't know anything about boxing. I was like, "Oh, this kid's got his hands down." So he was switch hitted, hands down by his waist. Boom, boom, boom. Bum, bum. He was like a little Tyson Fury. We're only 11. I lost that unanimously. So after 2 days of my first 2 amateur fights, I'm 1 win, 1 loss. Not too bad. Gets better though. The following week, I box again on our home show again, and I win a split decision. Buzzing. 2 wins, 1 loss. This is all going well. Did have a little tumble though in that. I stepped back, rolled my ankle. I actually ended up spraining my ankle, but the adrenaline got me through it. So it's happy days. 2 wins, 1 loss. And then I don't compete for a fair few months, I think. Because I think this next fight was at the start of 2019. The first 3 fights was 2018, October 2018, all in the space of a week. Then I have a few months out of the ring, come back, box on my home show again, in a rematch with the boy that I beat in my first fight. And it was a really good fight from what I can remember. Again, I didn't really know how to box at this point. It was just hands there. I was just fit because I played football. So even though I couldn't really box, I went in, had a go, and I got the win. I won another split decision. The footage of that fight, the video was terrible because it was my dad filming, and my dad can't watch through the video. He's got to like support and watch through the ring. So the phone was going down here, just filmed my boxing most of the time. But I did get the win. After 4 fights, with 3 wins, 1 loss. Now that's a good record. In the amateurs, that is a good record. It's very rare someone will go undefeated, so 3 wins out of your first 4. It's looking good. And then it went downhill. The 26th of April 2019, where it all started to go downhill. I was in the schoolboys, the London Schoolboy Championships, at 42 kilos. I was a bit chubby for 42, but it is what it is. I was in at 42, and there was 3 entries in my weight in London. There was me, my club mate, and a West Ham boy. Sorry, the cat is going in my cupboard. Let me just sort this out, and then I'll continue. What are you doing? On the Saturday, my club mate fights the West Ham boy. The West Ham boy wins. But my club mate gave him a really bloody nose. Busted his nose, blood everywhere. I've been told this. Right, even better news. I'm going for that nose. So I've come out flying. Just work. Because again, I'm not that good a boxer. I just put my hands up, go bum, 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 bum. Come out flying. It's doing good. I'm putting it on him. I'm landing way more, I think. And I'm landing clean too. As much as they're not like, snap what you want in amateurs, I'm still landing clean. It's not my fault that I'm just fat with no power. But anyway, I feel like I won the first 2, definitely. 3rd round was close. You can give him the 3rd. Even though you got more of an argument, I think, for me winning the 3rd than him winning the first 2. This is like all what I remember at the time as well, being told. And then I watched the video back. It's really messy. It's hard to score. I'd hate to be a judge judging schoolboys, especially if they were at the level I was. You see, like, boys now. Like, hands down, bum bum, bum bum. I wasn't like that. I would hate to score a fight like that. But anyway, I lose a split decision. Again, still mates with the boy after, shake his hand, we're chatting going out the ring. Oh, I forgot to mention, made his nose bleed. Went straight for that nose, blood everywhere, great. Still lost. So the record is now 3 wins, 2 losses, which again, that's decent. Winning record, that's all you can ask for in amateur boxing, as well as titles, obviously. Anyway, record 3 wins, 2 losses, good. Fast forward a month or so, the day before the Tottenham played Liverpool in the Champions League final, I think it was. It's a dinner show. Is it my dinner show? Yeah, my club's dinner show. And it's a rematch with the West Ham boy I lost to in a split the month before. And the problem was, I played football, so I was fit. That wasn't the issue, but if you're a boxer, you need to box. I trained once that month. I went to boxing once that month. And then boxed at the end of the month. But my coach knew I was fit because I was running around playing football all the time. But anyway, we're there for the rematch. Dinner show. I'm ready. Fight begins. Again, it's another really close fight. And this one, I think I boxed a bit better looking back because I didn't just run in all scrappy. It wasn't really hard to score, but maybe that's just because we've got the DVD of this video. It was easier to see. But it's a really close fight. I can't really remember what I was scoring it, to be honest. I scored it a while back because I was trying to think all these fights back in the day where I'm like, oh, well, I should have won that. Now that I know about scoring amateur bouts, I try to look back and score it. And I look back and it could have gone either way. It could have been his, even though I like his boxing fit the amateur scoring criteria more. It's like when he punched, it was like, wow, that's a good scoring punch. Even though I would land more and cleaner shots, but he landed more eye-catching shots, which is definitely favoured by the judges. Which, you know, you've just got to implement that into your boxing, you know? You can't go, oh, the judges don't like it. Just, you got it snap, which I added a few years later, but it took a while. So, yeah, another split decision loss to the same boy, 2 fights in a row. Record is now even, 3 wins, 3 losses, 2 losses on the bounce. So we're still in 2019, 3 wins, 3 losses, and we're going to fast forward to the summer now. Oh, maybe it's only a month later, again. Sorry, I'm making it a bit more stretched out than it actually is. I think it was in June, the Box Cup. Yeah, Bristol Box Cup, June 2019. Still got the water bottle for it. Bring it to every session. Maybe that sounds dirty, but I like that water bottle. Anyway, Bristol Box Cup, I get drawn against a Hoddesdon boy at the time, who's had no fights. Again, you can probably imagine, I'm feeling confident, but a bit lethargic from the drive all the way down to Bristol, or up to Bristol, sorry. Get in the ring, have a shit first round, to be honest. I remember he kind of knocked my head back a bit in the first round. No count, but didn't start well, and he's 1 round up. I remember being told, I think in the corner, I was told, you know, you gotta stick it on him now, work. And I did do that. I've done what I was good at, which was just running and punching, like in the circuitry, just that. And I was getting to him, and I was boxing well. But again, same problem as the previous 2 fights I'd lost. I'm outworking them, I'm outlanding them, but the punches aren't eye-catching. I'm not slamming in my punches, I'm just bum, 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 bum. And the judges don't like it. And he was holding a lot. I remember getting really embarrassed because he pushed me into the ref, and I fell into her. I was hoping he'd just get disqualified, but he didn't. So I lost that fight. Another split decision loss, by the way. So we're 3 losses on the bounce, 3 split decision losses, and this Bristol Box Cup loss would go on to be a boxer that I know well now. He's still boxing now, and we'll meet again in the future. But yeah, the record is now 3 wins, 4 losses, 3 losses in a row. That was the end of my season. We finished the season, 3 wins, 4 losses, not too bad. On to the new season where I'm straight out on my home show. And it was meant to be against someone who weren't too great, apparently, because my dad wasn't meant to tell me. I think this boy had been stopped a few times, but he just wanted me to stick it on him. He's going, yeah, stick it on him, stick it on him. Turns out that boy pulled out after the weigh-in. So they had a spare boxer there from Islington who turned out to have not been stopped a few times. He was really good. It was his first fight for the club. I think maybe he'd done alliance boxing before. I know he's got a background in other martial arts. I think he's focused on that now. Fight starts. I'm like, yeah, got to hurt him. Got to stick it on him. It was terrible. I'm out there swinging big right hooks. I'm swinging. He's ducking. I'm missing. And yeah. I also didn't wear my shorts. This is like the only fight I've worn them plain, generic amateur boxing shorts. I didn't do too bad when I rewatch it back. Landed some good shots when I did catch him. But I lost clear, I thought. I remember at the end, I said to my coach, well, we've just got to hope for some dodgy judges now. And he went, oh, don't say that. And then I went back after the fight. I lost unanimous as well, by the way. This one was split. Someone went, oh, you fought so-and-so. He went, you got robbed, man. And he weren't even from my club or anyone I knew. It's like, no, I didn't. I lost that. But maybe I'll watch it back and see it differently now. But I remember he just had good boxing ability. And when someone's going like that, I'd be in dreamland as well, because I can box a bit now. You just duck under. So the record is now 3 wins, 5 losses, 4 losses on the bounce. Yeah, it's not looking great. It's getting worse, isn't it? My next fight was in December against who turned out to be a really good kid from Pinewood, who I didn't know until after I boxed him was still unbeaten at the time. He'd won multiple national titles after boxing me. Sorry. He was a multi-time national champion. He was undefeated until we went to the Europeans for England, got a bronze, and then stopped boxing. But I'm boxing him again. My 3 wins, 5 losses, is it at the time? So I've lost count of how many we've lost at this point against his undefeated record. But I'm assuming you hadn't had many at the time for it to be a match, you know? And we get there, and his club, they're all flashy, boom, boom, boom. And my clubmate, Anthony, had just lost to his clubmate, and we're boxing the exact same way. And I remember before that, my coach said, oh, if you're sparring him, you can box anyone in the country and they won't be a problem for you. But I used to get hammered by him in sparring. I used to get my head punched in. So I'm like, oh, if he's just lost to his clubmate, I'm probably boxing someone as good as him. I'm going to get smashed. And I think this is the first time I've ever been scared, or maybe it was nerves, and I just thought it was scared before a fight, because I'd never got nervous before. I used to just not care. I think the fact that I thought I was going to get murdered by this kid, it just weren't good. And my coach looked at me and went, what's wrong with you? You look like you're about to be shot with a shotgun. You're only having a boxing match. So I've got in there, come out like this. He's come out all flashy, southpaw stance, low hands, and I've lost the first round. You know, I'd be boxing quite nice, and I'm used to boxing southpaws at this point because I've been sparring them loads, just getting my head smashed in by them, obviously. And yeah, I dropped the first round. He'd catch me with nice single shots, like left hands, walk me onto them. Even though I had my moments, still definitely first round to my opponent. I think go back to the corner. My coach gives me instructions, tells me how to box, tells me stop rushing, wait for him. Box smart, and then once he comes in, once distance has been closed, don't stop punching, you know, work. And I do that pretty well. And I would honestly think, you know, I boxed, that was my best performance today. My coach said, that's the best I've ever seen you box, but I don't think you're going to get this decision. And I had a really good last 2 rounds, but again, I just don't look like I'm winning the fight. As much as I've landed more punches, no, not cleaner punches overall, because when he did land on me, they were clean. But I was landing more punches than him. But it weren't enough because he looked just dominant, because I was on the back foot and I'd land boom, 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 boom. But he'd be there, low hands, in the middle of the ring and land a clean one, you know? But even after a really good last 2 rounds, I lose out on a unanimous decision again. So it's now 5 losses in a row. 3 wins, 6 losses is the record. No shame in the last defeat. He was a really good kid and I boxed really well. So I'm on a high, get my pizza, I'm happy. The next fight, new year, new me, new record. We've got a Billericay kid on my home show. I remember Googling him before that just to see if I can like work out what stance he is. Didn't want to box a southpaw again. And I just found a picture of him boxing. He was orthodox. I was like, oh, buzzing. Get there, get in the ring. You know in corners get ready before the bell goes. He's southpaw. He's a southpaw, and I'm like, oh shit, I don't want to deal with this. Oh no. So I come out. He's switched orthodox, buzzing, but I've been caught a bit off guard, and like my head's gone back. So he's done a little George Groves on me. Switched stance. Like, he's fooled me. Head's gone back, off to a bad start. And I might have dropped the first round because of that. I can't remember. I can't remember how I scored it. But I remember thinking I won. And now it's one of them fights. Again, I can watch it back and understand why I didn't get the decision. Because my shots weren't snappy. I weren't landing eye-catching punches. I was probably out-punching him again. And I remember thinking I was landing in combinations too. I was really, really sure I won that fight. And at the end of the fight, it was the first time I'd ever gone like that and put my hand up. Every fight, people go, oh, put your hand up, so you think you won. Like, my club mates and stuff. Never done it. I was like, oh, I've got this. Go like that. In the blue corner, what an idiot. I think I had my hood up. I was put my hood down, or the other way around, put my hood up. I was like, oh, what an idiot. Shake hands. And I boxed all right. My performance weren't bad. And it's now 6 losses in a row. For 6 losses in a row, I've been performing well. But there just wasn't that snap and there wasn't that dominance. And by this point, I'm getting a bit fed up. I'm getting a bit upset by the losses because I'm starting to care about boxing. I didn't want to lose there. Now we're in an unfamiliar situation. A loss has hurt me. A loss, I'm like, oh, I didn't like that. I remember being sad, eating my sweets at my granny's house. I'll get a rematch with him. Rematch is booked for his home show on the 6th of March, my birthday. The stars are aligning for a win here. It's been how many months? My last win was at the start of 2019. It's been a year. It's been a year since I last won a fight. And I'm booked to have a rematch with the boy that just beat me on my home show, on his home show, on my birthday. I needed to win. It was getting embarrassing, telling everyone, oh, lost again. Birthday fight. What happens? He pulls out. He pulled out. So, but there was still a fight. His clubmate, his coach matched me up with his clubmate, who I think the boy that had just beat me, I was told, I don't want to say anything that might like come off as rude, as disrespectful to anyone I fought. But the boy that had just beat me was better than this boy. I was expected to win this. My coach really expected me to win this. I think because my other coach was sent with me to corner me, and the head coach, I think he would have been really surprised and disappointed if I didn't win this fight. So I'm warming up. Tell me why he's warming up next to me, and I've never seen someone look so good on the pads. Bum, 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 bum. Sharpest person I've ever seen on the pads, and I'm getting nervous. I'm like, oh no, my coach ain't gonna believe this. Like, how am I going to explain it? He's good. He's good. He's much better than I've been told. Yeah, he had a record of 2 wins, 2 losses, which isn't bad as well, by the way. 4 fights, 2 wins. That's all right. But yeah, I got a little bit nervous, and I don't get nervous. I've never been nervous before these fights, other when I thought I was going to get killed on that East London show. So he's warming up all sharp, but then I get my confidence up. Sweet Caroline's playing as I'm walking to the ring. You know, I feel confident now, you know. Especially because Sweet Caroline was playing. I felt like the main event, because all before that was music I didn't like. It was all like, I don't know, I wouldn't say drill, like rap and stuff. Then Sweet Caroline came on for my fight, got in there, putting the shoulders out. I'm ready, I'm finally ready to get a win. Funnily enough, my dad was telling me the last few fights that I look like a dickhead when they say my name. So in the red corner, representing White Hart Lane Boxing Academy, Jimmy Mannion. I was like, in the ball, like, yeah, hi guys, that's me. So you got to look confident because all the other boys go like, come out or like, ah. So I've been practicing what I'm gonna do when they say my name. In the red corner, representing White Hart Lane Boxing Academy, Jimmy Mannion. What do I do? Why did I do that? Why was that that's the go-to, mint that. Why did I jump to the middle of the ring? I didn't have a run up and jump. I just jumped to the middle of the ring and like, yeah! What a dick. So anyway, confidence is booming, I'm ready. Come out, have a look. Bum bum, few jabs, finding my range. And it started a bit rash, you know, I rush in, we come together a bit, little exchange, but I start to get into my groove and I start to take control of the fight. which is a bit uncommon in my last few fights, to be honest, because as much as I'd land the better shots, I was never in control. I was never forcing the tempo of the fight, which is something the judges look for, and tactical awareness. Usually it's just boom, 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 rush in, punch, but now I'm having a look, I'm jabbing upstairs, downstairs, feet, bringing my feet in and out, and I've got him on the ropes, I'm pushing him back, and I was in control of this fight.
Red again.
And you can hear my friends sitting with my granddad in between rounds. They're like seeing what the judges
Keep
are
going now, don't I?
He's got red, yeah, he's got Jimmy's winning.
You did that. I didn't. In the first
Which weren't great, you know, they shouldn't be able to see that. But anyway, after what they should have worked out by seeing that the judge had given me every round, unanimous decision in the red corner. Finally I've got a win. The relief I felt, and I weren't even thinking at the decision, oh, have I got this, have I won, have I lost? I was just like ready for the decision. Done a little point, like, yeah, I've got that, and I win. Unanimous points decision, I've won a fight, and you can see how much it meant. I jump up, I'm like Harry Kane celebrating like I've scored a goal in football, and I see my friends and my granddad going, yeah! Oh, it was a great feeling. On my birthday win, finally, the losing streak has ended. 6 losses on the trot, and I finally made it. 4 wins, 7 losses. It was a good feeling. And I'm scheduled to fight the next week, again, on a Cricklewood show against the No Bout Boy, because obviously, No Bout Boys, you're going to take it when a guy's lost that many fights. And I weren't booked in to fight on the Cricklewood show. I was at school on Friday, and, going to maths, English, writing stuff down. And a note from reception came in. They said, oh, we've got a message for Jimmy. Handed it into my class, and it said, don't eat lunch, you're fighting after school. My dad, he had to ring reception because he couldn't go on your phone. So I'm like, oh no, I'm overweight. So me and my friend done laps at the school playground. This is in like year 8. Done laps at the school playground trying to lose weight for me to go fight. After school, I do that, come home, bin bag, skipping, getting all the water weight out, go to the weigh-in, I come in on weight. The other boy came in 2 kilos heavy. I just done all that at lunchtime, and then after school, and the other boy didn't make weight. If I didn't put in any effort and I came in like a fatty, I would have been fighting against a boy that my coach said I would have stopped. But they didn't let us take the fight. I was like, oh, I can eat this, like, because I was eating muffins, and I told him, I was like, oh, I'll weigh in again, and I'm like, no. My coach was saying, if they let you take the fight, if they give you the option to give the weight, you know, take it. You will win this. And they didn't give us the option. There was no fight there. I missed out on a win. And then what happened? The country went into a lockdown. So I finished 2020 with a record of 4 wins, 7 losses, and I had finally ended the 6-fight losing streak on my birthday. I hope this was a good video. I hope it weren't just terrible. And these videos should be getting better soon. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed.